Hello, my dear and lovely Geminis. This is your horoscope for June 2024. Happy birthday to those Geminis who are born in June. Now you're welcoming your birthday for the first time in the last 12 years with Jupiter in your sign. Planet of happiness and luck. That is amazing boost for your birthday gift. This is, gift from universe for this year birthday for you guys, my dear Geminis. Now, look where am I? I'm also having amazing vacation in sunny Cyprus, and I've decided to film this, this sunny day, sea for you guys. So you might be, watching this horoscope and meditating as well, sending your dear birthday wishes to the universe so that it will manifest and come true, my dear Geminis. And make sure to do that because birthday is a special day in astrology. You should celebrate, you should manifest, and you should dream big, as much big as possible, because Jupiter is in your sign. Universe is helping you for the next year. Jupiter is like a big angel of our universe, delivering your wildest dreams into the reality. So make sure to dream big, my dear Geminis, and celebrate as well in a big way your birthdays. Now let's begin with your horoscope for June. And June starts with your ruler, Mercury, planet of communication, planet of signing contracts, planet of transportation, will move into your sign on 3rd of June. That's an amazing way to start. Your ruler is strong in your sign because it rules Gemini. And for the first half of June, until it is in your sign, until mid of June, you will be quite feeling yourself, your skin, quite communicative. Geminis are in general very communicative, strong communication skills and abilities. And Mercury coming into your sign will even make it stronger, will even make it proficient, efficient, and all sorts of boost, to your talents and to your abilities. Now, most of June, we also have Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness, that is in your sign, supporting your sign, will get an amazing boost by Pluto, communicating it in amazing angle from your house of travel. That is for most of June, and it's like a background, kind of energy will be there supporting you and somehow also giving you some thoughts. And Neptune, planet of dreams, planet of imagination and magic, that is transiting your house of career, house of aspiration, what you want in life, and house of social status, will be supporting both of them, and Jupiter and Pluto. So for the most of June, these three planets will be working together to somehow to bring positive energy into your life. So your first house and 9th house and 10th house are activated by these outer planets, and they are giving you a sense of faith into a future, sense of positivity, positive future. It seems like you will see your future in a positive note. Of course, Jupiter is in your sign. It will give you wings, my dear Geminis, to fly with your dream, and Neptune, suggesting here from your 10th house, it will give you even more support to your dreams, what you want to achieve in life, because 10th house is the most highest house of our chart. It's all about our career aspirations, our reputation, and our influence on other people. And it seems like whether it's an education might be, or immigration somewhere, or just a travel somewhere also, or it might be about the legal case. All those things will be at the background play in your life, and it will bring happiness and luck in the sense. Now let's move with new moon. We have a new moon on 6th of June in your first house. Each year we get only one new moon in our sign, and when new moon happens in our sign, we should use it. It's a time to regenerate. It's the time to get new a sense of ourselves, or maybe to upgrade our part, to upgrade ourselves, me part, because first house is all about me. And new moon will conjunct Venus, planet of love and beauty, and also money at 16 degrees. Those of you who are born around 6th of June, plus or minus 5 days, will benefit from this new moon the most. Well, but all Geminis from this new moon will feel this new moon more strongly, but those who are born around 6th of June will feel double. Now, new moons are all about new beginnings. So you might start something new around 6th of June, plus or minus 5 days. And that new moon, here's just a little hiccup, like Saturn, planet of restrictions, responsibilities, age, and discipline, which is situated in your house of career, house of social status, will send a harsh angle, will send, let's say, bad beam into that new moon, to that new moon, and it will not be supporting that new moon. And it seems like what you might be some sort of in a conflicting of sense of how to achieve what you want to achieve in life, of how to get to that point where you want to be, whether it's work, let's say, or whether it's a new position, or it's a new job, or what to do in general, because 10th house is all about what we want to do in general, in our life, and what we're capable of, what we can show to the world. And it might give you, this new moon might give you some sort of, let's say, confusing sort of period, what you want to do next. But believe me, because Jupiter is in your sign, just give it the time, give yourself time, and Jupiter will make you figure out what you really want from your life and go for it. So don't be stressed around 6th of June. Everything will pass, especially Saturn can give stresses when it's making harsh angle to your first house, to that new moon. But don't worry, Saturn is also the planet of work and hard work. It wants you to actually really go deep into yourself and realize what you want from your life and move accordingly. And Saturn, naturally rules your another financial house in your natal chart, and it seems like also might involve your finances with someone, shared finances, for example, with your ex-husband or current, let's say, husband or wife. It might be about some sort of finances, or you might be worrying how to finance your, let's say, kids' education, your kids' future. And in general, it might be involved about some sort of maybe governmental financial help, or financial institutions, let's say scholarships or some funding. So it might be involving around these topics, this new moon's message to you, my dear Geminis. And because of these finances, we also feel how reputable we are, how we can influence, how we can control our lives, like how much in control we are of our life, so everything is related in astrology. So it might be giving you a sense of wanting to accomplish something, but some sort of limitness, maybe whether it be finances or whether it be a mental state. But don't worry, my dear Geminis, new moon is new moon, accept your new self with open heart, and universe will deliver, especially Jupiter. Jupiter is on your side for a whole year. You should not be afraid of any difficulties, let's say. Now, let's move forward. What is Mars doing? Planet of action. It's our drive. Mars gives us drive to achieve things in life. And on 9th of June, right after it moves into your house of, privacy, it's a bit of a house where we want to be alone, when we want to concentrate, for example, on some things, for example, on writing something. And we have time actually to think, to work in a very concentrated manner. And it's a very house of behind the doors. Whatever you do, that is not visible to people's eyes, that's your 12th house. Now Mars, right after, when it moves into that house, will be in a disagreement with Pluto, planet of transformation. It's a heavy karmic planet that is currently transiting your 9th house, house of travel and house of immigration. Their argument will reach on 11th of June. So surrounding these days, 5 days before, 5 days after, even 10 days, let's say, from 9th of June until up, let's say whole June, most of June, these two planets will be in argument. And considering that it's involving your 12th house, like the subconscious mind house, past house, plus your future house, actually your aspirations, 9th house. Pluto is right now in your 9th house, and that's the house where we it's all about interests, like broadening mind house, trips, far away trips and lands, philosophical studies, religion, higher education things. And all those things will come into clash. And it seems like you will be trying to, it's actually perfectly fitting the universal picture around you. These planets are working. Universe is a perfect timing. It's amazing timing. It's exact timing. And you can see, actually, looking at your chart, I see your, let's say, worrying, your pain, when it's a lot of like conflicting things going on right now in your chart, and considering that Mars in your 12th house, Pluto in your 9th house, it seems like at the same time you might be wanting to stay alone a bit, or even pushing yourself to stay alone, to learn how to be alone. Because for Geminis, it's very hard. I know Gemini is an extremely communicative sign, extremely, you feel very alive when you are with people, when you are sharing knowledge, information, when you are communicating a lot. But for you to stay alone, it's some sort of a challenge. And communicate with yourself, it's also some sort of challenge. And for Geminis, usually you have to learn that in your lifetime. Now, as soon as Mars moves there, so all the action is going behind the doors, you see, in your life. So at the same time, you might be aspiring to stay alone, to do things alone, to do things behind the doors, to create something and spend more time, kind of, longing this kind of feeling. But on the other hand, Pluto, which is, right now in your 9th house, will be giving you this feeling of wanting to know other cultures, other people, and even diving even more deeper into the topics of philosophical things, religious things, and higher mind, let's say, of thought process. And considering that Pluto rules your, naturally in your natal chart, it rules your 6th house of work, like day-to-day life, house of your regime. And it suggests me on a more materialistic way. It might give you of a conflict. Let's say you want to keep especially for those of you who are working online, who are working from home, at their own pace, flexible hours kind of job. Many Geminis do work so, because it's because of their nature, and that's how they should be doing things, in life. So when you want to keep that job, it seems like you would want to keep this kind of job. But Pluto in your 9th house, and it's ruling your 6th house, it seems like you might be craving for foreign lands, let's say, or maybe you will be in communication with foreign companies, foreign corporations, or maybe your current, let's say, companies somewhere far from you, and you will be in communication, and they might be giving you some sort of hard time of telling you to, let's say, visit office, or they might want you to transfer your work into office style work, but you would want to keep it, let's say, homework. This is only one kind of a example what might be going on in your life in June. But you should always check what's going on in your life. Maybe you, vice versa, maybe you're working in corporation, let's say, every day 5 to 9, and going every day to work. But when Mars hits your 12th house, it seems like you will wish to work from home. You will start looking for these kind of jobs, maybe, that will offer you more flexible hours and more online kind of job, and kind of freedom, and it's very important. So I could give you a lot of examples, but just general thing here to remember that Mars and Pluto are disagreement in those houses of past and private, and the house of future, house of broadening mind. So you might think just what's going on in your life, and you might understand actually what might come up with this two planets into your life in June. Now, second half of June might be much more milder, because on 17th of June, Venus, planet of beauty and love, and planet also of money, together with your ruler, planet of communication, Mercury, will visit your second house. Now, your attention is switching to your money situation, your earning ability situation. You see how it's all related? So it seems like, and on 20th of June, when Sun also hits your second house, your attention totally will switch, to your financial situation, the money that you earn, actually. Second house is all about earning abilities. It's all about our values in life. And for some of you, it might be about your salary, and some of you, it might be about any other types of resources. You might actually receive some sort of offer or sign a paper about your additional resources of money, like maybe second job or just some sort of service agreement. Or for some of you, it might be just about values, what you value, like your material possessions, your house or a car, or some sort of valuable jewelry, let's say. And you might be receiving these kind of things around 17th and 20th of June. And on 20th of June, we have summer solstice, when we have the longest day of our year. Use that day, meditate, because we will see the sunlight the longest, my dear Geminis. That's an always amazing time to manifest our dreams, and it's happening in your second house, especially related to money or to your values, let's say. What is valuable to us. Now, June will finish up by full moon. On 22nd of June, there is a full moon in your 8th house of money, another financial house, my dear Geminis. And that full moon will be met by harsh angle from Neptune, planet of imagination, planet of magic, and planet of dreams, and also planet of illusions. And when planet of illusions, that is situated, transiting your house of career, your house of social status, is making that angle to the full moon in your financial house, shared money with someone else. It means like there is something will be confusing, something will be concealed, something will be not clear, because full moons are all about endings. They bring some sort of conclusion to some situation that was already there in your life, and it usually brings the last point. And or it might actually put your attention into something that you've been not noticing or just ignoring. It's like putting into some situation or a person or a thing some big bulb of light, like attention. Now it's happening in your financial house. Now financial house, 8th house is about money that we share with others. It might be money after divorce, or it might be money for your kids, like alimony, or it might be about governmental help, like scholarships, from money that comes from others to you. This is not the money that you earn, but the money that is coming from other institutions, other people, someone else, into your life, into your hands. So here it seems like for those of you who've been, let's say, in a divorce process, it seems like, let's say, if you've been dividing the property, something will not be clear, and I suggest you to actually to go through with your lawyer again and through all the details. It might, and some of you who are like involved about alimony, it's the same advice. So guys, whatever is your situation in life, what you need to remember about this full moon, it's something about shared resources with other people. So not everything will be clear there because of Neptune, and not everything will be settled somehow. But Pluto will rush to help you. Pluto is the planet of transformation that is transiting currently your 9th house of education, house of higher mind, house of travel and immigration. Now Pluto will be making amazing angle to that Neptune that is making harsh angle to the full moon. And Pluto will try to lessen the effects of the Neptune to give you more clearer picture as much as possible. But do your work, my dear Geminis. Double check, advise, you do that best. You find the right people, you communicate, you go through all details. That's your ace. So do that, my dear Geminis. Anyhow, around 22nd of June, plus or minus 5 days, if something's coming up with this full moon around those topics that I mentioned. Also 8th house, that full moon is happening, it's about funding, scholarships, as I said. Those of you who are in education, again, go through the details. There might be some sort of confusion. For example, they give you, let's say, half of what you've applied for, or or even you will be getting less of scholarship than it was advertised, let's say, or it was officially set. So anyhow, go through the details and communicate as clear as possible. And for some of you, it might be about conception, my dear Geminis. Now, those of you who've been trying let's say to get pregnant, to become parents, I wouldn't suggest you to do any let's say non-traditional or traditional. But for traditional ones, probably yes, because Neptune is the planet of magic, and conception is actually considered a magic. So even the scientists, until the end, they don't know how the baby is conceived, let's say, entirely, and how it is actually works. Let's say who it will be, a girl or a boy or something. So that we all actually know it's a magic thing. So here, if you're planning, then you might be lucky. But if you are, let's say, using non-traditional ways like IVF or adoption process or any sort of that, I wouldn't suggest you to do that now around end of June. Leave it until July because 8th of, in 8th house, this full moon with Neptune, it won't be as clear cut, situation. And in those kind of questions, when the medicine is, there with its knife and precision, it needs to be precise, right? So I would suggest you to wait maybe until July. Okay, and for some of you, for those of you who is like right now in their life, there are some concerns about health or healing, this full moon might actually help you, my dear Geminis. It might be giving you magical healing, mystical healing, and you might actually find solution, let's say, for your disease. But for it depends on your situation, and Neptune is giving some confusions, but anyhow Pluto is supporting here. So I suggest you to actually ask advice from several professionals concerning like whatever is your situation around health, and Pluto will try to give you more clear answer and picture than Neptune is doing at this full moon, my dear Geminis. And for some of you, it will be again about tax and loans and banks and investments in general and inheritances here. Now, those of you who are busy with those things, I would suggest to go through all the details, especially if you're applying for a loan or taking from like a bank money or something related to mortgages. Do your due diligence. Try to go into details as much as possible. Try to clarify the contract, the agreement between you and the bank. Try to make it as clear as possible, and it will help you in a big way. Especially Pluto is suggesting that you have to put an effort there around that full moon if you are trying to get some loans approved and all those things. And also the same with inheritance. Something might not be clear there. Give the full moon a time, because it seems like many things will not be clear. Many things will not be as it is. Details, especially about those contracts that you're signing, related to money, related to investments, related also especially those who are like involved with crypto, shares, and those things will not be like crystal clear. So I really suggest you to go through details, my dear Geminis, and you do the best. You do that. You're excelling that. you are the amazing detail-oriented sign, actually, and you can do that. And if it is really something important that you're trying to achieve around those topics, then that full moon will be one of a kind. That will give you that kind of effort-making job, let's say. Now, this was your horoscope for June, my dear Geminis. Stay tuned for July. I wish you an amazing June. You have all the power to navigate June. Don't worry. Use your sharp mind and communication skills, and everything will be fine. Especially Jupiter on your side. For the whole year. You are the luckiest of lucky. So use the powers of planets to achieve everything you want at this stage in your life. And don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too, because each of us consists of 3 signs, not only our sun sign, which sun was in your Gemini, but also moon sign and rising sign. Check those sign horoscopes so that you will get fuller picture of the month ahead and how to navigate it. Love you all. Bye bye.